Dipset. Dipset. I always say Dipset. I gotta come up. I'm too predictable and corny. Fuck. This shit bang now. While people are coming in here, I'm gonna show you and break you a description of what the fourth dimension is, right? Right now, I'm gonna ask my viewers when they get up in here, we're gonna have a discussion with the chat. I'm gonna ask the viewers, I don't know, I'm asking a question, but you're gonna know the question before I ask them because that's the breaking of the fourth dimension. As perspective, that's in this video. So right now, you're gonna know while my viewers are about to come in, don't know the answer to the question, which is an example of the fourth dimension, if you did not know, right? I'm going to ask them what destroyed the modern day church. So that's the question I'm going to ask them when more people come in here, and I'm going to give them time to talk about it, and then I want to see what their answer is. I'm going to test my viewers. I want to see where they're at. I want to see what answers they give me when I ask them, what's the number one thing that destroyed religion in the church or exposed it? I'm going to see where they at. I'm going to test y'all today. So the people that are watching this right now on YouTube, like tonight, you know I'm going to ask them that before they do as they're entering this room. That is an example of the fourth dimension, the time and space aspect, and the perspective of this video that you're watching right now as an exercise, as an example, as a layman's terms of what the fourth dimension actually means. You're welcome. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, I mean, I did that just to show you how enlightened I really am. Hey, Jen, we got 6 people in here right now. Let me actually see exactly how many people are in here. But I'm just going to talk to y'all today, man, or tonight. I'm not going to treat it like a show. I'm going to just treat it like a TikTok live, straight up. You know, sometimes you need to have a TikTok live where I'm just chilling with my people. I'm not here to do a show. I wish I had my TikTok live. So I'm going to treat a YouTube live like a TikTok live right now instead of like a show format. So just watch me look at my phone. Nah, but did y'all hear the question I do want to ask y'all? I want to see where y'all at with an answer. I want you guys to tell me what destroyed the church. What destroyed today's church? And if you're a Christian, you should know this answer even more, especially being an awakened Christian. Did you say conversation? Come on, Dylan. I'm about to see how awake you guys are, how conscious you are. Take your time to think about it. Really, don't just spit out no stupid answer. You get one choice, and I'm gonna jot down and I'm gonna categorize every answer y'all say, and I'm gonna see how many people guess the right answer. You know what I mean? Straight up. I gotta say, there's 10 people in here. Yeah. So again, for the 10 people in here right now, tell me what's the number one thing that destroyed the church? And I'm gonna ask that question. You got time to really think about it. I'm gonna ask you right before I get off here, and then I'm gonna see where y'all at. And then when I tell you the answer, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm right. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you why that destroyed the church. And they could have put it this way. They could have got away with it, right? They really could. But the evil of this one thing is so abundantly you know how you get street smarts from living in the streets? And now you see dope fiend behaviors come out and the person does no drugs, but he's doing a dope fiend. It's like that. You know what I mean? Money, okay? Spirituality, okay? I'm not saying we here for a convo. Yeah, we here for a convo. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to put my number back up there. What up, Matrix 50? I'm just letting people get in here. I will talk to y'all. I made a video before I got up on here. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm going to ask you guys before I get off here, what's the number one thing that destroyed the church? Just to see where y'all are in my spiritual community. I just want to see where y'all at. Pedos, that's a great answer too. He not lying. He not lying. Listen, you're right and wrong. You are right and wrong, Jeanette. No cat. That's the only answer that's right and wrong. The only answer. Yo, that's crazy work. That's crazy work, bro. It's crazy work. Listen, again, with destroyed the child, I'm asking, I forgot. Now, listen, I want to ask y'all something, though. Can we brainstorm as a collective? Can we brainstorm? Let me put this so it looks like when I'm looking at the camera and looking at the chat, it looks like I'm looking at you, so I can give y'all the respect of eye contact. You know what I mean? Professionalism. It's actually over here, fucking. Let me do it like this. So again, I just like respect. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Respect. Yeah, I think of the little things. Is that better? You know what I mean? It looks like I'm looking at y'all. Yeah, hey y'all. What up, Amber? I forgot what I was on top of. Oh, who we gotta talk to? I made a. Let me just play the video actually. And I just want to play the first 20, 30 seconds. I don't feel like repeating it. I said it perfectly because it's a great segue into what I really want to say. That's what it's going to be. There we go. Let me get that off there. There we go. Yeah, I'll put my number up there later. I'll let y'all call in. Here we go.
Okay? If money doesn't buy you happiness, right? And we damn sure know being broke doesn't buy you happiness or get you happiness,
Just the
right?
first
Why
10
the
seconds.
fuck is the constructs of this reality or life all in general happen to be compounded behind the means that we
I'm
have to
just
choose
saying.
money
I'm
just
just
to
saying.
survive, to keep society going, when there's probably a different rules of foundation where everyone would live off of free energy, live for free, and them going to work, they would do voluntarily just because simple fact they don't want to be bored without their lives. Why could you?
Like, who we gotta talk to, bro? Because who designed this shit, bro? Like, who designed this shit, bro? Because money don't buy you happiness, right? And not having money, goddamn for sure, doesn't get you happiness either. So if life's supposed to be about happiness, living, enjoyment, right? Life feels more like prison than it does life. But we all know this. I'm not here to complain and rant about that aspect. I want to know if we can actually. Is there a way that we can propose a different scenario, please? Like, people would still go to work, you know what I mean? But school would be you picking your job you want to do, and sports would still be implemented to be the high-paying ones. But everything else is guaranteed position, and if it ain't position, it's UBI because everything's going through robots. Because actually, like I said, AI. Like, you guys got to, like, listen to me. AI and robotics could really be a good thing. It could. And we are at a transition to where we could be like, yo, we need to live life this way, not this way. If all the jobs are going to be taken, right? Why can't we do something where there's equality? Like, everybody should have a house to live in. Everybody should have food. Everybody should have money to spend to go see the world. Everybody should be able to do whatever they want to do it. And pilots and all this would be that just because they want to. Got to work 2 days a week. Everything's rotation. And that's what school's for. You know, you want to try to be a pilot, you go be a pilot. That's your job. Up for 25 years, then you retire, and it just trickles down to the next generation. You know? That would work. You understand? Who we got to talk to make sure it's not evil prison term like we're in right now under the military complex? We need someone like who I'm talking like me that's running the presidency. But you know, if someone talks like I talk, something getting shot. But you understand, it could really be a good thing. It wouldn't be all doom and gloom. It would be a great life, man. Like, you know what I mean? Ugh. Am I the only one that's feeling like that? Bro, you know how many people I've been on the phone with that are homeless right now? My fucking uncle's homeless. Like, Jersey Jesus, man, Dylan, you got a pocket. Dylan out of pocket, bro. Jersey Jesus. It's just real, man. I care, bro. I have empathy. I'm a Leo. You know what I mean? If anyone, shout out to the Leos in the chat. If you're a Leo, boom. Also, for the new people in the chat right now, I have to tell you this. Before you get out of here, I'm going to test where all of you guys are. You got to tell me what destroyed the church. So think about it. Don't say it right now, but think about it. I'm going to ask all y'all. I know how people in here. I'm going to ask you now. You heard me? But we could change this shit, man. We could change this shit. What y'all want to do, man? What y'all want to do? I tried to call Tommy. Tommy must be busy, man. What y'all want to do tonight? Y'all want to TikTok on TikTok? What y'all want to do? I'll leave it up to chat. You know, I will say this. I saw a video today describing people that live in the elements. I do want to show you this. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Can I prove to you with 30 minutes of one video that as a human being, our natural habitat is supposed to be in nature? So much to the effect, if we were in nature right now, not wearing shoes, everything, we would be evolving. We would be able to be underwater longer. We would be able to have tough enough skin that bee stings wouldn't hurt. Want me to prove it? Want me to prove it? Want me to fuck y'all head up? Want me to give you undeniable evidence that we are enslaved to these screens? I'm trying to use these screens to become... I'm Neo in the Matrix right now, trying to get people out the Matrix. To get nature. Want me to show you? That's all. That's what Matrix was. We're in our own Matrix. Wakey, wakey. Everyone thinks that we're actually in a digital world. People need to wake up. Oh, listen. Y'all want to hear something funny? On the bottom of this computer, it says playing on Clifford Z's Fold 5, right? He's listening to music right now. We could fuck up Clifford. We can start playing. Let me fuck with Cliff's thing real quick. Oh, no, it's not on. It is playing now. Fuck that. I'm going to fuck with his shit. Before I show you this video, I got to fuck with his shit. Look. See? You can't see it on the bomb. And the bomb is screen. Facts. We are. Right. We are. Look, my playlist. He's playing something. Oh, I can't do that. Damn, I'm getting fucked, man. You guys gonna get me copyrighted. No copyright. All right. I'm gonna wake y'all up. This is gonna fuck you up. Y'all really gonna enjoy this. Shit, money root all evil. Man, it doesn't have to be though. It's the pursuit of money itself. But if money was an object that wasn't sought after, money would not be evil. So that makes us evil. You understand? It's our evil side coming out. And our good side can feel it's our evil side. And our internal infliction, knowing that the system's not right, is what we're operating under. The evil side, duality, balance. So imagine if there's an evil side, that means there's a good side to society that could happen. They're just not doing it. And anyone who tries to do it, they unalive. I showed y'all the pic. I showed y'all the dude. They've done like 12 attempts on this man in Africa because he's on the Gaddafi type shit. What? And God Project Veritas, O'Keefe right now went dark on his media because he said he's not suicidal, but he's in fear for his life. There's a lot of shit going on. And Israel's on fire right now. And the ports, bruh, me and Cliff were talking about this. I hope we get to June. I hope nothing happens where it starts having like scarcity in the stores before June. I want to at least have our summer. I mean, we ain't got no food here. We got to go out. We got to get some food. We ain't prepared. We got to prepare. Go get prepared, people. Go get prepared. 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 Go get prepared. Empty, big brat. Hey, big brat. It's called cause and effect. Y'all ever heard of it? There's a real thing. Y'all seeing it now. Weeks down the line, the chain starts to dry up. You ever been on the block? You ever hustled? You ever happen when the bricks ain't coming in and how that load stops coming down the port? And it's been like a week or two, and like when the new bricks coming in, and then they can hit the corners again. Y'all never did that life. Y'all never lived that life. Y'all ain't from Jersey. None of y'all did that. It's the same shit. That's how. Listen, the drug game is the economy game. Big facts. Get down. I'm sorry, I'm on my shit. I smoke. My bad. Let me get back. View my channel. Go to my history. Oh, my son's been watching shit. I didn't watch none of it. Man. Ready?
And I'm going to tell you a story.
Cat.
A story about humanity.
Traditions that have been passed down.
Also remember Bashar said if the man won, he would be ushering the aliens. I ain't seen no alien yet. Facts, y'all remember that? Y'all who remember that? You remember that? I remember that. You remember that? Oh, come on, man. No cap, some of them phone games is lit. Keep you on them screens. All right, watch this. what this is about. Thank you, Chelsea Davis. Just to let you know before you get out of here, I'm going to ask you what destroyed the church. I'm going to ask you before that leaves. I'm trying to test my community, see where they are consciously. I got to see where y'all at. Some of y'all going to get exposed, so don't hate it, but we're here to grow. There's nothing wrong with getting exposed because there's no judgment. It's all about getting together with knowledge. That's the best part about it. Teach one. So there is no judgment. That's the whole point about being conscious. Kill that ego. I love y'all. Watch these are tribes that live completely in nature. Completely in nature. And this is going to fuck y'all head up. And you're going to understand why me and Cliff have such a desire, a pulling to get back to nature. We can't explain it. That's fact. That's why I want this different society, man. Play.
Contacted tribe were speaking in monkey calls.
Yeah, he was like, get out of there. And he was like, because they will use the Tinamu calls.
Deep in the unexplored regions of the world lies uncontacted tribes who have no idea the outside world exists. Over the course of thousands of years, these fascinating groups have evolved superhuman abilities, which scientists have no explanation for. While hosting explorers on the Joe Rogan podcast,
He got in the water and like crawled like a turtle and like escaped. I think there's like over 100 different groups across the Amazon.
Joe Rogan goes deep into the secrets of these bizarre abilities, especially the 9 tribes who easily violate the very laws of physics, starting with this indigenous tribe that breathes underwater longer than any human on Earth. With the development of modern technology, divers can easily travel to the depths of the ocean using special apparatus. However, there is a tribe that has never set their eyes on these diving equipment, yet can easily breathe underwater for up to 4 minutes. Meet the Moken people, a group of people who don't really have a place to call home. They originally relocated from South China and now dwell on the islands and villages off to the mainlands of Thailand and Burma. Today, they're commonly referred to as the Sea Gypsies, majorly because their entire lifestyle is centered around the sea. They live off the sea, collecting food, freediving, and living on boats known as kabangs, which are usually separated from the mainland. However, this special gift has been both a blessing and a curse. Due to their unique nature, the Moken people have been treated unfairly by the mainland people of Thailand. But despite the persecution, these tribes continue to thrive, spending time with their families and hunting for seafood on the open sea. Because their entire lives are centered around the water, they have a vast knowledge of the sea and live entirely off fishing and the beachcombing. Even when they need other materials like petrol and food like rice, they simply exchange their catch with outsiders. This is the only time they come in contact with the outside world. However, the most fascinating story about this tribe involves their children. You see, the Moken's diet is mostly composed of fish. To catch their daily meal, young tribe members free dive without scuba gear of any kind. They've done this so much that their bodies have evolved over the years. Now they can hold their breath for up to 4 minutes, compared to the average person who can only spend 30 to 90 seconds. In addition, the tribe also enjoys unbelievably sharp vision underwater. Young kids from this tribe spend much of their days in the waters, diving for seafood. This ability is
So their eyes are watch him listen to what he says. Their eyes change. Their eyes have evolved to look underwater.
isn't just reserved for the upper echelons of the tribe, though. As a matter of fact, anyone can easily learn this skill, and all it takes is just a little practice. As soon as the world got to know that these tribesmen existed, news of their impressive diving abilities soon spread far and wide. It didn't take long for scientists to storm their habitat, seeking the secret
You hear that? It didn't take long for scientists to storm their habitat. So when the body starts to evolve, please understand, somebody from some country, from some governments, but some scientists is about to pick and prod your ass.
Secrets behind their unusually powerful vision. In the year 1999, Anna Gislin from the University of Lund came to the Moken tribes as part of a special research program. Gislin, accompanied by her daughter, came to Thailand to get herself acquainted with the tribe. Whenever the tides came in, the Moken children splashed around in the water, diving down to pick up food that lay meters below what she and her daughter could see. They had their eyes wide open, fishing for clams, shells, and sea cucumbers with no problem at all, she said. Gislin figured that in order for the Moken children to see clearly underwater, they must have either picked up some adaptation that fundamentally changed the way their eyes worked, or they had learned to use their eyes differently underwater. Speaking of special abilities, ever heard of the tribe with skin so tough they don't feel pain? That's the Hadza tribe.
He said skin so tough they don't feel pain. In the sun. Look at that. You think they get sunburned? Yo, they communicate with birds. Let that sink in. Watch this. They communicate with birds, bro. The birds show them where the honey at. That's diabolical work. Oh.
Imagine a group of people so fearless that eat honeycombs like snacks with
They got bees on their head, bro. We soft. We soft as hell in America. Look. He got a bee on his forehead. With a bee, but look, they probably thinking he eating straight comb. Bruh. We soft as hell in America. And so, my feelings are hurt. Bruh.
with the bees still inside. They are situated just south of the equator, between the soda waters of Tanzania's lake, known as Eyasi, and the ramparts of the Great Rift Valley. With a population of approximately 1,300 hunter-gatherers, they're recognized as one of the original last tribal hunters in Africa. The Hadza men hunt using homemade bows and arrows. The bowstrings are made from animal tendons. The arrows are crafted from wood and tipped with stone heads, which are always coated with poison extracted from tree bark. Any prey that comes in contact with them never survives. If a bow manages to shoot down a particular prey, the bow will be decorated with the skin of the animal. For the Hadza tribe, hunting is a lifestyle, so they go out every single day, seeking animals to feed on. So they prepare and consume their catch on the spot, without bothering to return back to camp. Many times, the largest part of the meat goes to the hunters, and any leftovers are shared with the rest of the tribe. Because of the abundance of food available in the forest where they live, the Hadza tribe don't keep whatever they catch for the next day. Instead, they only source for what could feed them for a day.
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on tanks.
And the struggle continues the following day. The Hadza tribe do not only
Listen. I'm gonna hold on. I want to get this one part.
The most awe-inspiring and fascinating part of this tribe is in their search for honey. In the forest, beehives are located high up in thick-trunked baobabs and guarded fiercely by fearsome soldier bees. Because of this, the honey is often difficult to access. However, the Hadza people easily feast on these honeycombs without fear of the bees. This is because after years of living in the forest, their skin has become so thick that the bee stings don't bother them. That's not all, though.
Have any of y'all ever been stung by a bee? How I have. That that shit hurts. They just get stung. G with it. Won't doesn't even twitch their muscle. Like mosquitoes can't even penetrate that shit. They got leather. Yeah, they got leather skin, bro. Hey, yo, bro, that's diabolical. Listen, bro.
Because the Hadza people also possess a special ability to communicate with birds.
Listen to that shit.
Whenever it's time to hunt for honey, the Hadza people shout and whistle a special tune directly to the birds,
Yo.
and they guide them to the beehives, chattering and fanning out their feathers.
Hey, yo, someone get me a dolphin. I got listen, because I feel like I communicate with Elvis, and that's a dog. If I had a dolphin, bro, me and him would be talking to telepathy. Someone get me a dolphin. We are soft in America. Listen, I don't care what you say. I do not care. We are soft as hell. I don't want to hear about your problems no more. I don't want to hear about my own damn problems no more. I'm ashamed. He made me question myself as a human being completely. I saw that shit and I was like, hey, yo. No wonder I feel like we need to get nature. Think about how much we have. Think about how much we've missed about this planet. We don't even know. We don't even know what we're missing. We have no idea what we're missing at all. We have no idea what we're missing. Think about that. That's diabolical work. There's a reason why we ain't in our powers, because we're not grounded. We're not even connected to Gaia. We're not even connected to the world in no form or facet. We're in these boxes, and these Metatron cubes, and these cribs, and these houses. You know what I mean? Think about what I'm saying. You talk about getting powers, but next life, maybe that's why I say being a child is different, bro. It's something the planet's got to tell us. It's something where we come from the planet, bro, on some real shit. We are the planet. We generate this motherfucker. This planet is not allowed to be here unless we're here. That's facts. That's facts. It's a perfect design. It's even crazy to the point that, like, talking about bees, if bees weren't in the world, the ecosystem would crash. Ain't that a bitch? Think about that. If bees became extinct, we become extinct. Think about that. They would create some type of AI bee, go around, fly around, pollinate the whole world. It would get solved. We'd pollinate the shit. But still, if we didn't have the technology to do that, extinct. Facts. I'm trying to tell you something. Bees. Go ahead, fact check me on that. Go ahead, fact check me. That's a true story. It's basic ball anyway. That knowledge, that's basic ball. It's basic ball. You know, I'm a little informational. I went to school. You know, the Galapagos Islands, Jacques Cousteau. I did research on him. God damn. Who saw that moth? Yo. That's a big, get your ass out. You're dead. Killed that motherfucker. Come here, Elvis. Eat him. Come on. What's out there? Come on, you get bees in the house, man. Elvis is kicking it. Elvis is laying right at the door. Elvis is kicking it, bro. But I got this. You want to see that bee? Look at this little motherfucker. Look at that guy. Damn, look at him. Yeah. Yeah. Look at him. Oh, motherfucker. That's crazy work. We were talking about bees. That's crazy work. Hey, yo, look at that. Isn't it ironic? Bro, I was talking about the if the bees go extinct, we go extinct. And then I come and step on this bee. Did I just kill myself? Think about how ironic that is, bro. You couldn't time that up. That's called the universe letting you know whatever path you're on. That's no different than seeing 111, 333, 555. That is no different. Understand the signs. It isn't just numerology. You know what I mean? I'm on my path. Y'all are on y'all path. That is crazy work right there. That is crazy work. Y'all got to be conscious to notice those things. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all all witnessed that. That's crazy. That's fourth dimension shit right there. No cap. No cap. Oh, wow. Universal way. Exactly. That's crazy timing, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, and we all saw it. That type of shit happens to me way too more. You want to hear some other crazy shit? I was at the store today to get cigarettes. The cashier, whenever in Tennessee, if you don't have your ID, they just ask you for your birth date because when you ring up cigarettes, they got to put in your birth date, right? So I said 8/21/85. She said, shut the fuck up. You're what? I said 8/21/85. She said, I'm 8/21. 86. I said, that's crazy. She's like the 9th person I met for my birthday. My brother's girlfriend had the exact birthday and year as me in high school. She was 8/21/85 as well. August 21st, Leo, baby, last day. You heard? And I mean, I'm a full expression of a Leo. And a 3 and 7 light path. I'm not, that shit is so on point. You know, allegedly. But that's satanic. I'm not into astrology. That's satanic. Even though the church is into astrology. But I digress. Let's see. No, I don't want to play it. There we go. But yeah, man, that's crazy. I miss y'all, man. I'll be on the 4th. I'll be back on YouTube, on TikTok, guys. So the way will be implemented. Friday, we also remember me and Q-Hef are going to do a reaction video together where we're going to put our input on the videos that we see. I'm actually saving videos I haven't showed y'all right now because I don't want to show y'all because I want to see them with just him. So I'm saving it for that show, so it's all new. For the people that called today, yo, bravo, man. And the one guy said when he first called in, right? He was nervous to break out his shell. And I want y'all to know, even though it's on a public format, bro, there's not a lot of people here. And 300 people are going to hear your voice at the most, you know what I mean? Until this YouTube grows and gets out there. This isn't TikTok, so it's harder. That's why the Q-Hef show is going to help a lot. It really is. But right now it's like time to practice, honestly, bro. Just get the confidence. And I'm going to treat it like a phone conversation anyway. You know what I mean? I will ask you a question. There's not going to be no dry time unless you already have something that you want to say. But if you just want to call to kick it and just, you know, you support the channel, whatever, you can do those type of things. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to ask you a question just to see where you are anyway, what you believe in, what's your interest, what's one question you could ask. There's a lot of things as a host or as an interviewer that I will be able to carry the conversation. Like, you know, again, I'm a Leo, I'm a 3, which is communication 7 teacher. So, I got you. Don't ever be afraid or sweetie. I got you. I promise. You know what I mean? Feel free. It's nice just being able to have dialogue with somebody who won't view you as crazy and has a better understanding of how you feel or the knowledge that you seek. There's a union in that. You know what I mean? And it's nice just to talk, man, especially when you can't talk about this type of things to just normal people, because again, especially family. But honestly, people aren't waking up, you know. And take advantage, guys. Take advantage of all the opportunities when family try to hit you up and starts asking you a question, knowing you're a crazy person. You stop talking to them, but then they come back around and they start talking. Yeah, that's your opportunity. Do that. Handle that. You know what I mean? Bond on that. That's a bonding opportunity. Ushering to somebody to awakening isn't you doing it for them, but it's you guiding them. And with you guiding them, there comes a bond in that. You know what I mean? That's why I love doing this. I have a bond with all my people. You know? I do. Yeah, I mean, even if they piss me off, eventually I'll come back, holler at them again. You know what I mean? There's still a bond. I understand we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, man. And who would I be as an example consciously if I didn't? You know? It just is what it is. I mean, I'm friends with all my exes. Let that sink in. Does it sound like me and my baby mom got a bad relationship? Right? You think about that. That's a gleaming example of who I am. Look at the relationship with me and my ex. You know what I mean? Compared to the relationships other baby mom and baby dads. Let that sink in. That tells you a lot about a person. You ain't got to be told you're a chosen one. You understand? It will be represented on who you are, on how you move. Message. You know what I mean? You ain't got to convince nobody who you are. Believe that. You know what I mean? Stay 10 toes down, man. I implore everybody, walk in your power. Don't ever second guess yourself. And it's okay to be wrong. It's definitely okay to be wrong. You know what I mean? Ask questions. Asking questions is a good thing. No one's going to laugh at y'all. Real quick, what destroyed the church? Talk to me. Write some answers. I need some answers. Now I'm going to ask everybody, one at a time, man. Give me an answer. What destroyed the church? Who said money? Just so I know who you are. Who said spirituality so I know who you are? I'm gonna see what y'all say. I'm interested. I'm gonna see where my fucking chat at. I'm gonna see where y'all at. And then I'm gonna explain. When I tell you the answer, it's the biggest one. It's easy. You know what I mean? It's not a trick question. It's really basic ball. Basic ball. Man. What made it so abundantly obvious that religion was wrong? And now you're seeing a mass falling away from the churches. Romans 1. Come on, don't be afraid to answer, man. There's 23 people here. Oh, let me see how many people are here. Y'all ain't gonna, y'all, everybody, I need 23, 19. I think. Hold on, I'm lying. There's more than that. No, this is old. Fuck. 23 of y'all in here, man. 24. I need 24 answers, man. Fuck all that. Spirituality, discovery of oneself. All right, that's 2 spiritualities. The lies. That's a good answer, though. Not wrong, but good answer. Amber, you're already wrong. I know you're wrong. Agreed. The lies. Come on. When the church became a for-profit organization, all right, that's 2 with money. The deceit. All right, that's 2 with lies. We got 2 lies, 2 spiritualities. No, spiritual. 2 monies. We are all chosen. Absolutely. Aloe. What's aloe? What's aloe? What's aloe? La la la. Laugh out loud. Come on. I need 3 more answers. Come on, me. Me is what's wrong with the church. Money. 4 monies. I love it. All right, I'm going to tell you, for the 4 people that said money, you're on the right track. It was capitalism. Capitalism exposed the church for its truth. Pedophiles is the right and wrong answer. Before you came on, someone said that. It's both right and wrong, but it's capitalism. Capitalism exposed the church. Capitalism is so fucking evil, right? And once you saw capitalism in the form of billboards, marketing as the church, and you got into the money of it, how they don't pay money, and you start seeing for what it is. It's a control device. You wouldn't have been able to see that, though. If, say, there was not a capitalistic society, a lot of us would still be fooled today by what the church is and the misrepresentation of it. Spirituality did not, because think about it. You can only see the church for what it is because of capitalism, right? For real, I'm dead serious. If capitalism wasn't around, spirituality, which we believe today, would just be another form of another religion. You even have to question how you label spirituality, because you have the quote, is searching for a spirituality or a sense of God programmed, hardwired into us foundationally just through those worship genes, to the fact that, say there is no God, right? Even though there's abundance. I'm hypothetically speaking here for a second. Say there is no God, right? I've questioned myself to this degree. How am I sure that me even believing in spirituality is just another construct on the foundation of my instructions as a human to go seek after? You know, my subconscious. How do I not know it's not just that and I'm labeling it? And then, of course, I challenge what I say, and I start looking for evidence to support for it and against it. And that's how y'all should all decipher things before you even talk about a subject. I'm telling you, if you did that to yourself, critically think like that, like some people like to write it down, but I'm very good in my head. You know, I'm very good. And discernment really is a superpower. Someone on the chat, when I was trying to tell everybody about Candace Owens and central casting, she was like, wow, damn, that's a really good point. But then how do you know? And then she said, you know what? I know how you know. Discernment. Exactly. It's not what you've done in the past, right? It's who you are today. Just because Candace Owens went through central casting and got her influence out, and then what is she doing today? Are you going to judge Candace Owens by her past and you just don't know? And that's the only type of thing she do? Like, she isn't conscious and she doesn't have a soul and she doesn't want and fight for the right things? Are you that cynical that you believe everybody that's on this Black Mirror screen that happened to come through major media is evil? then we're really truly fucked. And you saying you're spiritual, you're more of a pessimist than you're an optimist. You have discernment. You know what I mean? And I don't like viewing the world overly dramatic to the fact that I'm cynical. For me to call somebody an absolute plant, I got to listen to you. And I don't just listen to you by what you say. You understand? If we all judge Candace Owens just because she hasn't, you go on Twitter and go see her in Central Casting, which she was on major media, she got fired from all her jobs. Why did she get fired from all her jobs? You seen her support MAGA and now turn on MAGA. She's not turning on MAGA. She's still in the same position she's been in since she's been independent. For the people. Her position isn't Democrat. Her position isn't Republican. Her position is truth. She literally she discovered, guys. All right? She's such a bot. She discovered that Mr. Emmanuel Macron married his dad. What are we talking about? Tell me someone who's bought that did that. Go ahead, I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. I'll wait, man. It's distraction. People that say shit like that is just a cop-out. I'm starting to realize that. They're not even conscious. You know what I mean? They're not, man. Tell me someone that's did that. What are we talking about? You know? Oh my, that's why I wanted her to go over Magna Carta, and I know why she would. It is a dangerous subject, and honestly, I should have had more respect for her, because if she really, really did go in and talk about the Magna Carta, it would take her life. If you know, you know. But she could have talk. There's certain parts she could talk about it on. I just want to see if she's going to do it, but I understand. You know what I mean? But come on. If you believe she's in Central Casting and that ruined her, right? She's automatically bought, then I'm an automatic scumbag. Then I'm an automatic non-redemption. That means I have not changed who I was completely from my past. I'm a fraud. I'm lying to y'all. You got to keep that same energy. Y'all believe I changed, right? Y'all believe I stay on what I stay, right? You know how hard it is to fake doing this shit? I live with Cliff. That's the best part. Cliff gets to see me 24/7. 24/7. Cliff, I live this shit, right? How different am I on the phone, on the mic right now than I am in real life? That's Cliff. Y'all get to talk to Cliff. Like, Drake really like how he is on the computer? Yeah, that's him, man. I mean, he's 10 to, I mean, you can't fake this. You can't. You know you can't. You know what I mean? And please, I'm not portraying to be perfect. I always say that because sometimes I try to have humility because I'm the furthest thing. I'm a wreck, man. But I'm just, our soul and our moral fiber is so important that I'm trying to drill into people no matter how hard things are, no matter how the system wants you turned against your neighbor. Please don't let it, man. You know what I mean? And I don't have to be saying, who gives a fuck what people love or not? Who gives a fuck? Like, honestly, in a world like today that we're separated with 6 degrees and all this shit, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, bro. I care. It'd be nice if more people cared too. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want you to care, man. You know what I mean? And shout out Amber, yo. I understand that situation too, Amber, about the discipline that happened from a military perspective. But please know, I wish I had a father that did that to me. And I understand why that would trigger from your perspective. You know what I mean? I don't know how you grew up. I don't know what trauma you had. And I'm not saying you're not valid for believing that. But the way that man did that, you know what I mean? I guarantee he's probably whipped his son ass once. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do it ever again because he can give him the option. And he knows he's going to run. It's after he runs and gets disciplined, it's that little bit of conversation of a man instilling structure into a son and discipline. You know what I mean? Without structure and discipline, man, idle hands is the devil's playground. A lot of us who had really bad childhoods didn't have structure nor discipline. You know what I mean? And doesn't mean if you have that, you still won't be a fuck up. No, it's just when you don't have that, and me as a father understanding the love that father's taking out the time and showing his son he loves him, and being a kid that didn't get that feeling of love from his father, you don't have any idea how that would feel. Especially, yeah, I mean, nah. I'll take that all day. That's why I said good parenting, bro. He wasn't out there beating his kid's ass. He was out there loving his son. He was out there making sure he raised his son to be a respectful person, to respect his mother, to be the man of the house when he's not there, to honor his parents, to stay 10 toes down. Times do change, but what he did in today's life, bro, 4 years old, yeah, he was running. He made his son run. What is wrong about that? That was the discipline. He had to run up and down from a mailbox, which is a house to house, 6 times. You know what I mean? Because he did something bad. You know what happens when you don't do that to your kids? They go to prison for murder. Yeah, that's what happens. Mean dads, bro. I have a question. Does I've done worse to my son. Does it look like my son don't love me? Does it look like I abuse my son? There you go. Nah, that's my best friend. But I will make sure that he will protect women. I will make sure he will respect women. I will make sure he will respect his elders. I will make sure he will stand on his morals. I will make sure. You know what I mean? Nah, I'll make sure he knows his worth. I'll make sure there's a lot, man. Again, I'm not saying your feelings are valid, though. I don't know what you went through to make you think that way. Let's see if I can show y'all a video. 10 toes, bruh. Capitalism. You want to hear something cool? Oh, this is a bar. This is a bar. Because, listen, Project Veritas, if you know anything about Project Veritas and O'Keefe, right now he put out a video saying he's just scared for his life, right? This guy set a bar. And listen, I don't even know what segue to add to this. I don't even know how to and tally this up and deliver it. You know what I mean? It's so powerful. What happened to the sound? Oh, I'm bugging. Here we go. Let me get back in position. I'm sorry, guys. Let's talk. Oh, damn. There we go. Right there. Oh, the hair is so itchy.
Pay close attention. What is your price?
What?
Is it 10 million?
Oh, I'm getting stopped. They're stopping the homie. Something's going on. Look, I ain't touched nothing. All of a sudden, stop. They're stopping the homie. Hold on. Troubleshoot. That part. That's why. That is diabolical. What the fuck? That's crazy work. Watch this. What the hell? Oh.
What is your price?
What the hell that happened? All right, I got you. Hold on. That was diabolical work. It's crazy. I now understand the system and I can find the problem and solve it. That's cool. I'm getting better. I can diagnose the problem by myself now. That's awesome. Yep, I'm learning. I've been playing with this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I've been playing around as I should. I could teach Cliff a lot of new things. I always do. When he leaves, I learn more. Haha. I'm smarter. All right, ready? Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
100 men versus a silverback.
I gotta take that away. I'm sorry, guys. I played with something. Let me fix that. That is why, dumbass. Thank you. There we go.
What is your price? Is it 10 million? Is it 20 million? Is it 100 million? What is your price? Because if your price is not your life, then you are for sale.
Bars!
If your price is not your life, then you are for sale.
Bars! That's a bar! That's a motherfucking bar! That's a bar. If your price is not your life, then you can be bought. That's a bar. That's a fucking bar. Yeah, bro, my lights. That I saw that today. I just if you know, you know. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. How many people can say that today? That's diabolical. Diabolical work. I want y'all to sleep on that tonight. No cap. Sleep on that, bro. Cause you could break this down so much to the effect. Look how many people. 23 million American women are OnlyFans chicks. 23 million. 23 million women are OnlyFans models. And some of them, think about the lowest, there's only the height of the height that you guys know, right? And that's the illusion, and they force the rest. I'm talking about like the the ones that make it on OnlyFans that are really successful, bro. That's like 0.05%. You know what I mean? And the rest, some are doing it for less than a McChicken, bro. A month. They're bought. You understand? I cannot be bought on here. That's why they banned me. People like my man Midnight, bought, okay? Bought. There's a lot of fakes. They're bought. They don't care about y'all ever. And I can't wait. Watch. People are going to start really noticing the difference. And this is why I can't wait to do this trip, bro. How many creators out there are actually doing trips like this? Just to hang out with them. Nobody. People are going to start seeing. They need to be more about this, bro. Watch what happens, bro. People are like, yo, I was part of that. If this shit blows up, like, yo, I was part of that. I remember day one. Can you imagine we doing conventions? I'm telling you, you watch. I dream big, bro. Dream big, manifest. Don't ever doubt yourself. They don't see where you are now. Remember when people were telling me to cut my hair? You need a haircut. I was woofing. I didn't listen to them. Cared about what I cared. All of a sudden, y'all started to see the vision. You know what I mean? We're in the process. You'll see the vision. Y'all gonna see my vision. I'm a personality, man. I could carry shit. Correct, Jana. I'm not against discipline. I'm against physical discipline. Yes. Listen, I will whoop my son's ass. I don't care how you feel about it. If he fucks up, I will whoop his ass. Say my son striked his mom in his face, spit on her. I'm going to whoop his ass. I don't care how you feel about it. Deal with it. I don't care what you said. I'm telling you where I'm at. I stand 10 toes down. You know what I mean? There's certain times you got to whip your son's ass. If he acts out of, you know what I mean? If you got a kid that spits on his mother, you're not going to whip his ass, but you're going to talk to him and put him in a corner? He has no respect for you. I'm trying to tell you something. Oh, that's it? That means, jail, that's it? Yeah, straight up. Hate me or not. I will whoop his ass. Threatening, bro. First off, you don't have to threaten at that point. After I whoop his ass, which I'll have to whoop his ass one time, peep game, right? After I do that, I'll never have to do it again because all I have to tell him, he won't spit on his mom no more. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he won't. If I look at him, because, you know, he knows. Sorry, Dad, I ain't gonna do that. He's gonna think before he acts. You know, one good ass whooping, that's all it is. And then when they get 14, like, see, he doesn't know about men. Ask how many men in here fought their dad? In the chat. How many guys in here have fought their dad in their teenage years? Fight them. Or 18, 19. Every son fights his dad at least once as growing up to test him. Tell me I'm lying. I mean, I grew up in the millennial age. I don't know. My dad came out of prison and I fought him. You know what I mean? Shit. Mom's not going to say nothing. Mom's going to know. My mom, listen, his mother knows I love him. So if I'm whooping his ass, it's out of love. I will never abuse my son. No one can love my son the way I love him. You understand? John Q shit. John Q was willing to go and spend his whole life in prison just so that his son could live. Punch people in the face. No one can love my son the way I love my son. So I don't care about no one's opinion. You can hate me or love me. It's only about how I love my son. And that's how y'all need to live. Who cares? No one can love your son the way you love your son. Don't ever care about no one's opinion on how you parent. I say that to anyone. I will never give someone a suggestion to how they raise their kids. How dare I? How dare I? That's not my business. No, because I can't love your son more than you. Well, that's how it's supposed to be anyway. That's the way it's supposed to be, And if it's not like that, don't. Then I got to question the person you had a kid with. That really makes you look bad. Just mess with you. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Whoop ass. That's the Gen X way. Yeah, bro. Listen, I got my ass whooped. And you know what? By my grandparents. That was the best form of love I ever got. Best form of love. That's just not traumatic. What I did, I deserved it. I fucked up. The shit I did. It's when I went to foster care, I lost all that. I lost all that structure. I got to run wild. I'm telling you, I know the difference. I understand. I wish I had the mass whoopers more often. And I'm being real, bro. I'm being dead serious, man. It is what it is. No one, you're not gonna love my son more than me, though. That's a fact. My son loves me. Does my son come off like I abuse him? I know you're being overprotective, but look at my son. My son is, look at, man. Let me show you something, man. My son, bro, my little boy, bro, my life, bro. You bugging? That's the homie. Oh, you guys gonna make me go look at AJ? You know what I mean? You made me talk about him too much. I miss my son already. I gotta go back to Jersey. Did y'all hear that? That was a fart. Did Mike pick that up? I gotta stop. Listen, it was a taco night. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. You know I'm crazy? You know what's crazy? Should I clip that B event? That B that came up on me? Should I clip that? I should clip that. Did I go too far? No, that's when I came home. Damn, yo, I made too much content, bro. No, this is when I first came out. Oh, no, look. There he is. Oh. Like I said, you're not going to love my son no more than I am. Look at my boy, bro. That's my boy right there. Look, he a pimp. My son gonna be a lady killer, bro. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get them bitches, bro. That's why I gotta protect him, bro. He's gonna have grown women coming after him, bro. I'm gonna tell you. You know how I know? Because I had grown women coming after me. All right? I was 17, 18. I had 30, 31-year-old girls trying to get me, bro. I was fucking my manager where her son name was Dre at Wawa. She was 31. Bust her ass down at 17. Right in the freezer. You know what I mean? Came after in high school. Like, I'm trying to tell you something. Brandy. Shout out Brandy. Hope you're still out there killing it. Hope her son's doing well, too. A little hooch. But yeah, bro, what? Man, listen, my son going to get it. My son. No! I'm not doing that. My son going to get, bro, I can show you. I got, again, that's my old life. I'm so not like that now. If I was, I'd be hitting up every girl that'd be giving me any type of fucking attention right now. Like, Amber, do I call you? Do I be in your DMs, Amber? Tell the truth. Do I be in your DMs, Amber? No. I don't be in many people's DMs. I'm not beat, man. But I did. And I had to question myself on that. I'm like, am I losing, like, the drive for that? Like, why ain't I in people's DMs no more? Like, I wait for people. It's weird, man. I'm in a weird place in my life. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not depression or loneliness. Let me say that. It's something else. It's something different. I can't quite put a label on it. Well, it's probably contentment. But it's not that either. You know what I mean? I don't even know. You know, it's not loneliness. I would tell you I was lonely. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a Leo. It's not that. Like I said, I can't quite put a name on what it is where I'm at, but I'm there. You know, I'm happy though. You know what I mean? It ain't about that. It's like, it's weird, man. I can't describe it right now. It's weird. Nope. See, Amber, I don't be in the DMs. I'm like, yo, man, show me your titties. So now I don't even care no more, bro. It's like weird, you know? Not saying I wouldn't involve myself with somebody. I'm not saying that. Not saying if something happened, would I get froggy? Absolutely. It's just weird, man. I think I'm at the point of self-discovery. I'm more entertained with the fact that I'm learning how to love myself, and that's not a cop-out. It's weird. I can go get pussy right now. That's the thing. You guys have no idea. It's not even that, man. It's like, there's more to life. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's in the way. But at the same token, I understand how much more I could grow on the side of a woman, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I know there's something missing in my life, which a woman has a lot to do with, if that makes sense. I think I'm becoming more understanding of the union instead of seeing it as an object of someone to fuck. Does that make sense? Does that make any amount of sense? It's weird. And I think I had to figure that out, fully figured out, before I ever tried to get involved with somebody. And I think I'm in that in-between space. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can describe it. Does that make sense? Am I bugging? That's maturity, right? I know there's women that probably get that earlier than me, but it took me to be almost damn 40 to realize that. I don't know. Maybe I'm corny. I don't know. But I don't want to be miserable or just be with a woman just cuz. You know what I mean? And it's not a sense of settling. And settling has nothing to do with a woman's looks. It has everything to do with who the fuck they are. Because if you're not matching with me spiritually, who gives a fuck about we have things in common and we both like the Redskins? That shit does not matter. If I have nothing in common with you to build spiritually with, if we don't match spiritually and I feel like I got to carry you a lot, no. Now I'm just here to cope. And I don't want to spend my life with a woman to cope, to settle, if that makes sense. And if that means I got to be alone, fuck it. I got my peace. You know what I mean? But if I have to explain shit on what I want to do when I want to do it and got to feel guilty for it, fuck that. If I got to ask permission to just live life, and it doesn't mean I'm not going to respect you and say, hey, you want to come? It's just that, yo, let me live. And if you can't let me live, and me living to you makes you sad, fuck that. Or angry, fuck that. You know what I mean? That means you have no concern about my feelings whatsoever when all I do is show concern for yours. That is a big fucking problem in relationships. And that's the best way to understand it. If I trigger somebody that's in a relationship right now, you need to fix that shit. Seriously. That's why I'm not involved. I know why I don't want to get in a relationship because I know what comes with it. But I also know how to solve that issue where there is a relationship with someone where none of that is a problem. And that's where I'm at. If that makes sense, give me an amen. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. Big facts. If you're a woman that's like that, man, I don't care how old you are. Let's link up. You know what I mean? Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. You know what I mean? Let's build. Maybe that's when I'll blow up. That's probably what I'm missing, a woman. You know what I mean? Cliff ain't woman enough for me. But let's be real. You see, just by what I just said, if you're someone in here and you hear the maturity of what I just said and you agree, yeah, I'll stick it in your mouth. Sorry, I had to fuck it up. I'm just be joking. I'm being respectful. Again, I'm a man and I'm just messing around. Don't take it offensive. But that's some real shit, though. You know what I mean? And I think as anybody who's in their 30s right now, listen to what I'm saying. And take what I'm saying to heart. And don't ever think you're not good enough, female or male. You know what I mean? Straight up. Know your worth, man, and understand why you would be getting in a relationship in the first place. If you're getting in a relationship just to fuck, you got a long way to go, brother or sister. If you're going in a relationship just because you're afraid to be lonely, you got a long way to go. And that means you are using the person, whoever you decide to date, and you're discrediting them. You know, I had to say to my baby mom, I told her to her face out of respect, and I apologized to her face out of respect. And I said, I'm sorry that I used you, you know? And it came with a lot of questions. She respected what I said, but I had to tell her, I said, listen, when I came out of prison, I just jumped in a relationship, and it wasn't because I was to get in a relationship to live. I had my own place, you know what I mean? Because I came home with like $7,000, $8,000, I was working a job, good job, at a warehouse. But I said, I used you to the simple fact because as a man, I could not stand on my own. And all I've ever done is jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. And I've always been in a relationship. This is the longest I've been single. And I only did that because as a man, I could not stand on my own. So I apologize. I used you as a crutch for my own internal trauma and dilemma that I had. And she didn't like what I said because she said, well, you're saying AJ was a mistake? I was like, no, I'm just telling you why we first started dating. Of course, things happened when I got to know you and feelings got intermingled. But the reason I did it had nothing to do with getting to know you and was all based out of fear because I didn't want to be alone. And that is not fair to you as a woman that I wasted your time. She didn't like what I said, but she respected what I said because how I delivered it, how I even gave her the respect to let her know, and it came with an apology. Plus, she's seen growth, you know what I mean? She asked me why I never cheated on her. She was the first person I never cheated on. I always just cheat. And she said, you cheat on for me? I said, no, I didn't cheat on you for me. And she said, why? I said, because I want to know that I got enough respect for myself to stand on it. And she said, that's actually a good answer. The reason I didn't cheat on her had nothing to do with her as a woman. It had everything to do with me as a man. You know what I mean? At that time. Now, how my vision has switched from now and then. I'm cool with like polygamy and shit. But like if I have a best friend and we want to make one, it's all consensual and there's no cheating behind our backs and I have complete loyalty, I'm with you. As long as there's nothing, nothing cynical, you know, I'm open now. But that would never happen with her. So I wouldn't go and cheat on her. I wouldn't disrespect her. It's a difference. Before I would have. But again, I've done a lot of growing since my son's been born. The way I analyze simple ass modern day events in life now is crazy different. And it's crazy. I'd never thought of life in that form or facet. Like right now, we're just shooting the shit. We're just talking about everyday life, right? And I am easily being able to describe and depict the exact way or what I've learned that I need to do in life to get into any of them type of situations through a lot of thought. And a lot of us don't consciously think about what's the purpose. Like, what's purpose to begin with? What's the purpose of a plutonic union? You know what I mean? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of a marriage? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of you waking up every day? What's the purpose of money? What's the purpose of religion? What's the purpose of you, period? Y'all not thinking like that? Y'all tripping. I hope y'all get that more than anything when I talk, man. Sometimes we always like to talk about topics which are very distracting, but tonight I just want to talk one-on-one with y'all. I want to treat it like a TikTok live because I don't always want to feel like I'm presenting you information to sell your attention. I want y'all to grow, man. I want y'all to be able to learn something and then tell other people and you know, web effect. And yeah, I mean, it's that work. But shit we talk about like this, just know there's people out there that been through shit and that are trying to be better in life. You know what I mean? Trying to find out the reason why they're here. And I'm trying to meet other people that understand exactly what I'm saying. This is no different than AA and NA, just minus glorifying drugs. That's no different. We're not telling each other war stories all day. I had 10 beers and 3 legs when I hit that railroad. It's no different, bro. It's no different, bro. We're organized motherfucking SA meeting, NA meeting, AA meeting, GA meeting. You know, that's what we are. This is no different. You know? How many people would be able to call and just talk to somebody you've never met? And it'd be about positivity. How many people even want to talk about positivity in this world? Like, that's real shit. You'd think everyone would hit that thumbs up, but they do. They do. They come in, hit that like button, man. Hit that like, man. Hit that like. It got 18 in here. Oh, shit. I got to hit it, bro. I forgot to hit it my damn self. 19. There we go. Let's go. I love y'all, man. We're going to have fun, bro. And I got to get up out here. I'm sweating. Every time I get to this point in the talk, I get hot, start sweating. Y'all bugging me. Hey, man, save this video, bro, and look back at this shit what I said when it came to relationships. I guarantee you that might not make sense to you now, but it will make sense to you when you get to that point in life and maturity. I'm going to get off here, man. My throat's getting dry. It's actually starting to hurt. Plus, I need a cigarette. I love y'all, man. We're going to do this every week, though. When it comes to the caller, the viewer call-in, bro, I thank you for the 4 people that called in, man. And it was great conversation. It's going to be like 5-10 minutes or 20 if y'all start spewing. Like, I had one call, it was 20 minutes, but it was around 10 minutes each call. It was nice. You know what I mean? It really was. I like to talk to y'all, hear y'all. And again, don't be nervous. I'm very easy to talk to. I'm light on the eyes. I'm not joking. I love y'all, man. Stay blessed. Stay prosperous. and go help a friend. Go touch some grass. Go help a person. Go do something. You ain't got to hurt a person. Go punch somebody. Go punch a wall. Go release some anger. But just try to do it in a positive way where it hurts nobody. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be happy and jolly all the time. If you angry, live in that anger. Process that anger. Understand the purpose of that anger. You know what I mean? Be present in that anger. And understand how you can work to not be that angry. Understand why that anger even started. Know who made you angry.